Hello and welcome to Vidya Embedded channel, and also welcome is to the series of video tutorials on MSP430 Launchpad using Simplink SDK and CCS. So in this tutorial I am going to show you how we can detect the external interrupts with MSP432. So for that, to generate an external interrupts, I'm going to use the one of the switches that are available in the MSP432. So particularly I'm going to use the S1. You can also use S2, no problem. So I'm going to use the S1 to generate the external interrupt. So based on that external interrupt, we are going to toggle some LEDs on the MSP432. So now we are going to copy the last project. Okay, so go ahead and copy this and paste it here and change this as button underscore external interrupts. So and then copy. So now click on this project to activate. So expand this. We are going to also rename the sysconfig file. So name it as button underscore external interrupts. Now double click to open this sysconfig file to configure the project. Now we can see here that so we have configured the LED and the S1 button in the last project, but we have configured the button as a normal button. Okay, now we are going to modify this button configuration a little bit to trigger or to enable the interrupts. So to do that, so now click on the GPIO button underscore S1, and here we are going to use the mode as input, and of course we need to enable the pull up because in the user guide we don't have any pull up resistor connected to the button. And then now the input trigger. Okay, so the trigger that I am going to use is the falling edge trigger. So we want to detect the interrupt when there is a change from the logic high to logic low. So then it is a falling edge. You can also select anything, like if you want to check for the edges, rising edge or both edges. You can also check for the level, but we are going to check for the falling edge. So here we need to provide the callback function. So the callback function will be called whenever the MSP432 detects an external interrupt on the configured pin as a falling edge, because we have configured it as a falling edge. Now I'm going to provide the callback function. So let's rename it as GPIO underscore callback underscore button. This is related to S1 button. So you can give any name, but I'm going to give the name as a GPIO underscore callback underscore button S1. And so that's all for the configuration. Okay, and save the configuration. Click on this project and click on this build icon to compile the code. Now we got few errors. What are those? Yes, this is obvious because we haven't called the callback function in the main. Okay, so if you go here, before that, rename this file as so button underscore external interrupts. So click on OK. So if you can look at the error here, okay, so it is saying that okay, the unresolved symbol GPIO underscore callback underscore button S1 first declare here. Yes, so we have declared but we haven't used it. So to overcome these errors we need to call that function in the button underscore external interrupt. So open this button underscore external interrupts. Okay, and here we are going to call the callback function. Let me write like a callback function implementation, and here we are going to copy that. So now go to the generator source and open the sysconfig and click on this ti driver underscore config.c, and then if you come down, so here this is the, you can see here, so this is an unusual callback, so we want to use this callback. So copy from here to here and then paste it here and then open and close braces. Now save the code, and then if you now we can check the compile again. So click on this project, compile the project again. Hopefully we will not able to see any errors. Yes, now you can see that build is compiled successfully. Now I'm going to remove this code. Now we are going to implement a small logic. So for that I'm going to declare a integer variable called mode selection, and then I will initialize it to 0. So whenever the button is pressed, so this callback will be called. Now we are going to implement the functionality here. So whenever the button is pressed, we are going to increment the mode selection. So now we will increment it by 1. Okay, and if this is greater than 2, if this mode selection is greater than 2, we are going to make the mode selection again equals to 0. Okay, so based on this mode selection, okay, I'm going to implement a small functionality here. Before that, we need to call a couple of more functions to enable the interrupts. So the first one is set the callback function. So to set the callback function, again go to gpio.h here, and you will able to find one relevant API call for that. Scroll down. So this is the function call. So set callback is the function. So go to our code again, and here, so gpio underscore call set callback. So this is a function, and here the first parameter is the index. The index is nothing but a pin. So the pin is config underscore button s1, and the callback function is this one. Okay, gpio callback underscore button underscore s1. So this function, what it does is, okay, it is we are saying that the callback function will be called based on this pin number. Okay, and then we'll enable the interrupts. So to enable the interrupt, there is a one more function call. So that is this one, gpio underscore enable interrupt. So call here gpio underscore enable, and the index we need to pass that as a pin, that is the config underscore gpio underscore button underscore s1. So now we have set the callback for this pin, and then we have also enabled the interrupts. Now we would like to write the functionality based on this mode selection. Let me write if else statements. So now when the mode selection is equals to 0, so that then we are going to toggle the LED. So to toggle the LED, call the gpio underscore toggle API, and the index is the pin. So the pin number is config underscore blue LED. We are going to toggle the blue LED with a delay of 500 millisecond, and then if the mode selection is 1, then we'll turn off the LED. So to turn off the LED, the gpio call is gpio underscore write is the function. First parameter is the index, that is the pin number, and then value we are going to pass it as a 0 to turn off the LED, and again give some delay. We are going to give the 500 millisecond again to see the change actually, and then else if mode selection is equals to 1, sorry, mode selection is equals to 2, then we are going to turn on the LED again. Save the code. So that's all for the code. So what we have done here is, so we have set the callback, and then we have enabled the interrupt, and then we have called the callback here, and then we have implemented our logic, and then based on this logic, when the mode selection is equals to 0, we are going to toggle the LED, and if the mode selection is equal to 1, we are going to turn off the LED, and if the mode selection is equals to, we are going to turn on the LED again. Again, if you press the button, then you will able to see mode selection equals to 0, and then the blue LED will toggle with a delay of 500 milliseconds. So that's all for the code. Save the code and click on this project. click on this hammer icon to compile the project. Now you can see the build is finished successfully without any errors and warnings. Now click on this debug icon. Now to upload the code, click on this resume button, and once the code is uploaded onto the board, you will be able to see that the mode selection is 0 because we haven't pressed any button. Now the onboard LED, that is a blue LED, will blink with a delay of 500 milliseconds, and press the button to turn off the LED, press the button again to turn on the LED, again press the button to toggle the LED. So that's all for this tutorial. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.